League of Legends is no doubt one of the biggest games in the world, with 67 million players playing to date, and in itself is completely redefining and commercializing the idea of esports. But some of you that clicked on this video don't even know what League of Legends is, and that's okay, because that's what I'm here for. So, what is League of Legends? Well, League of Legends is considered a multiplayer online battle arena game, or MOBA for short, in which you choose one champion to play, or hero if you're one of those people, and play with a team of 4 other buddies against 5 enemies. Now, for people with a very limited idea of what these words actually mean, this all might sound a little complicated at first, but just stick with me here. So the roughly 45-minute games consist of buying items in order to take all the turrets in a lane so that you can reach and destroy the enemy's nexus to win. That is the one and only goal in the game. Think of everything else as optional. Even if all the champions in the game didn't move, the game could still be won by the minions that roam the 3 lanes. It would just take a really long time. And since we're talking about the lanes of the map, Summoner's Rift consists of 3, the cleverly named top, middle, and bottom lanes, with a forest in between called the jungle. Each player gets their own specific lane, except usually for bot, which gets 2. In these lanes, players farm the minions or creeps that run down it to get gold in order to buy items. The item list is expansive and can fit many playstyles and build paths that a champion can do. However, each lane represents a role that will be fulfilled by the champions that occupy them. For example, top lane champions are usually tanky bruisers that help out in the late game with tons of health and damage. Mid laners are usually bursty magic casters that are good at blowing up specific targets, and bot lane consists of an AD carry that does tons of damage in the late game but has a small health pool, so is accompanied by a support who, well, supports their AD carry. And last but not least, the jungler who patrols the jungle to all sorts of nooks and crannies to kill monster camps and get gold to help out lanes who need it. Essentially, each player has their specific role that by going into that lane is committing to fill. Keep in mind that these roles don't just pop into existence, but instead became known as the meta team guide based on how successful things are in the professional League of Legends scene. They are not written in stone rules that you absolutely need to follow, and if you start playing League, you will see them broken from time to time. This is called breaking the meta, which has a positive and negative reaction with players, but that's a topic for a later time. Anyways, the item list is not only the only way to customize your champions. When you sign up for League of Legends, you create an account which maxes out at level 30, each with its own pool of champions and things called runes and masteries. Runes are things that you can buy with in-game currency, or out-of-game currency, that have specific attributes. Some can give you more attack damage, while others give you more defense or movement speed, etc. However, you generally want to resist getting them until your account is at least level 20. And there are also masteries, which are skill trees you can customize and create with the amount of levels that your profile has. Having a level 30 account means that you have 30 points to spend in the skill tree. Yet there's one thing that separates League of Legends from other MOBAs, and that's the 2 summoner spells that you can choose from, each with its own special ability. Taking all this into consideration, team compositions and strategies are what can swing a game in League of Legends. But one of the most effective ways to learn all the champions and what to do is by playing the game or by reading the extensive wiki site. The wiki site is absolutely huge and can be mind-boggling for new players, and you can memorize and look at absolutely everything that the wiki has to offer, but only by playing the game will you learn the mechanics of farming minions in your lane while learning the traits of 10 champions all at once. So for the newbies out there, let's take a look at this loading screen. Can you tell me what champions go where? There's no way to know exactly what items they're going to buy or what their abilities are, but roughly knowing a few champions will help you determine where the enemy team might be going in lane. This quick look at an enemy team can help you strategize ahead of time, but just be sure to check with your team where everyone plans on going before you start the match. In conclusion, League of Legends is a game where you can learn your opponents and change your strategies accordingly. And there is way more to explain than I've covered in this video, like map coverage, zoning, and positioning, but those are topics for a later video. Anyways, thanks for watching and good luck out there, Summoner.